Welcome to Blog-vember 2019. Our theme this year is tips for the DIY rock star. So let's reach into our bag of ticklers and get a tip.
Bass playing tips.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so if you've seen the one
Before this one,
on guitar playing tips, it's the same thing for bass playing tips.
which is briefly
to make sure that if you want to play, get the instrument.
okay.
All
right.
And then once you get the instrument, start learning songs.
Okay.
Learn songs the way that you can. And now the good thing is you have YouTube. I didn't have YouTube when I was growing up. I didn't know what I was doing.
No.
And I just had to figure this thing out for myself.
Yep.
I mean, and I probably spent years just muddling around and not knowing what I was doing.
But that's how you learn.
That's the way I learned. And the way I learned too is that I learned by playing my own songs first. So I'm not saying I recommend that for everybody, but that's what I did. I learned how to play what I played, and and I remember walking into a band room and playing my stuff, and they said I could play, which was like, what? That's me? And so I think like one of the first songs I ever just figured out by ear was like the Double Dutch Bus.
Oh wow.
So I mean that was like the one I'd say, I could play by ear now.
Oh wow.
Didn't know that.
Right.
But I realized if I could sing it, I could play it. So as long as I can kind of hum the notes, and then I can just replicate that. And so that's the kind of way that I went about doing it. I was never a perfectionist about playing. Still not. I don't know if I ever learned a song verbatim.
Right. He gets the feel for a song.
And that's about it.
And it'll sound enough like it,
Right.
but then of course you get the purists that come in and they're like, that are not the notes. Those are not the notes for the song. But it sounds like it to me.
Whatever. But anyway, I mean, and nowadays, like I say, on YouTube, there's so many different ways you can go about doing it. If you're a technocrat, there's ways about going about doing it that way. If you're a person that's kind of like me, then you don't care about YouTube anyway. You're just gonna do whatever the hell you do. So regardless, the main thing is go get yourself a bass, start playing. And the only thing I would recommend, and I think this goes for bass and guitars, is get a bass or a guitar. Go ahead and play it. If it's not easy to play, see if you can find somebody who can set it up for you. I find usually, like, they call it action, meaning how high or low the strings are. So I've always found that if I can get the strings lower to the neck where it doesn't buzz, that it's a lot easier to play.
Okay.
Lighter gauge strings are easier to play than heavier gauge strings.
Okay.
Because they're just easier on the fingers. So for beginning players, those are the types of things that I would recommend, because it could be discouraging if the instrument seems like it's fighting you. And like an instrument that has a warped neck, meaning that the neck is bent and so the strings stand up really high. So if you have a bad instrument and you're trying to learn to play, that can be discouraging. So it's good to kind of go, if there's a guitar shop near you where there's actually someone who could actually sit with you,
right,
and give you an instrument that is, it doesn't have to be an overly expensive instrument to be a good instrument.
Right.
I mean, I think like this Takamine G-Series guitar, we got this when Best Buy was selling instruments.
$300.
I think it was actually less than that because it was on sale. Right, so I think it was like $2 something. And this is a really nice guitar.
Yeah.
So, and, it's definitely a good guitar for a beginner. So you can find a good instrument that's in that range.
Yeah.
So, and even with basses too. I mean, Fender's got the Squire basses that are really good. You go to a good place, get it set up nicely for you, and you'll be on your way. So
cool. All right, what are your bass playing tips? Make sure you drop it in the comments below. As always, if you dig the vibe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
chicken grease.